WeakAuras are amazing. If you don't have, get them. I know you don't need to, but it's amazing add-on. Anything you need to see, anything you need to know, you can put it on your screen. It's absolutely quality of life add-on. And not even quality of life, it's improving your gameplay. So let's hop straight in. Some basics. Most people, well, what they'll do, they will just find something. They get the add-on and start Google what can download. It's much easier than do it yourself. I will show some basic WeakAuras creation after, but let's see what first thing you can do. So it should be icon over minimap, should be W and A, or you can just write the command into the chat, open chat, right? Oh, you can see it's W and A. And most people would need to do is just import something other people created, just put it in straight for use. Maybe you can replace it, you have some different size of screen or something like that, but it's usually just import. So for importing something, you just hop in on some Google, and the best page definitely is vago.io, and here I just Google elemental and shaman. First of all, there are some pack of WeakAuras. I hate them, but let's use them. A lot of people like it. It's a whole package, lots of information then, and you can do it like app or something. Just click on the copy string, go into the game, copy paste it. It was a little bit laggy because WeakAuras is so huge, and yeah, this WeakAuras contains custom law code is alright, because when you are creating something better than basic WeakAuras, you need custom code to work with WoW API and stuff like that. It's more difficult. You wait for import, just paste in, import. Everything is here. That's crazy how it looks, because there's every single cooldown. It's WeakAuras for elemental, for healer, for everybody. And you can move it a little bit. You are moving the group. Like everything here, loads of buttons. You don't need to know. When you get a little bit better, you can just look there and tweak it whatever you want. But here's just basics. So just move it when you want, close it, and forget about it. So here should be showing all my cooldowns. Let's see what's working. This one is a healing one. I use Flame Shock. It's showing cooldown, it's showing how long this duration of Flame Shock. It's showing I have my global cooldown. Sorry for the cast bar. My cast bar is some other add-on. And when you press some cooldown, for example, Ancestral Guidance, it's immediately shiny. Or click it, then you see cooldown. I don't like this whole package because it's basically replacing your bars. You see it right here. Like when I press cooldown, I see it. I see I have one stack. I see I cooldown. And I see it's up because it's stupid shiny. But if you like it, just use this one. But let's check, make something yourself. Other thing with importing, sometimes it's not working. And when it's not working, it's under not loaded. That's because some people forgot to click after. Like big WeakAuras, like this package, lots of people are using that, it's very popular, so it's definitely good. But sometimes some person just tweaks some settings on other character and save it, and he forgot and stuff like that. So it's sometimes you need to check the load. And when you open it here, like not in the pet battle, not have vehicle UI, and it is loaded, it's already working on Enha. That's weird. Because I am on Nella and it's working. But it's custom code, so I won't dig it up. You can click never, then add-on, or add-on, rather, that current WeakAuras is not working, it's whole group. Like here's my current shaman one, and I put it for video to never load. But I can take it over here and check it just for restoration. And it's not working, because I'm not in restoration, and that's, I found it very often on important WeakAuras is something on different class or somehow absolutely something wild in here. So when I click you just check here, when it's loading, I put it on elemental or every single shaman, how I like it. And things like in combat, just basic settings, just check load. And add-on is imported WeakAuras is not working, check load. for some stupid stuff. Sometimes it's there. Like sometimes I found in vehicle. You don't care? You want to use WeakAuras in dungeon, in raid, in PvP, not in vehicle. And now it's nicely loaded. It's up here. It's working. Cooldown is showing. And so let's make some basic WeakAuras. Sorry, wrong addon. Let's turn this off. Never load. You don't need to do that. You can just download everything, but I like doing it myself. Okay, it's not so fancy, it's not so beautiful, not colorful, but I want to put myself some basic information. I don't like totems, usually I don't like totems. But for example, like for Shaman, with Elemental, like new UI is quite nice. When generating Maelstrom is right under your eyes, so most people now will have just eyes there and they can see what is happening there. But if you want it, you can just easily take it. I need to be out of combat. You cannot edit in combat. So we go for new aura. There's few templates prepared. You will just choose progress bar. Oh, I don't need to be on V. Yeah, I can put it under Shaman group, but let's put it just out. And let's say, let's name it. And it's also very easy because templates are there. You don't really need to code something or something for very similar stuff like mana, health, cooldowns, spell is ready, spell is on you, you have buff, you don't have buff, and stuff like that. So here's, here's the settings of the current you have clicked, and you go to trigger. That's basically when it showed, or like what needs to be happening so that WeakAuras is working. So you go to for templates, just over here, and it's you can choose other character, but this default setting body open is there. So it's how Shaman Elemental is default, your current spec and your current class. You go for the resources and click the Maelstrom, replace all triggers. Remember that, replace all. And I have basic Maelstrom. Let's check it how it works. Yeah. But like the number is quite small, and of course I don't like name. So we just go back to WeakAuras, and display is usually graphic one. Like how it looks, everything display, or when it's shown. You can check even just for fun. You can set it like here, it will be shown, and you have at least 50. I don't know why you would that. You can. It's usually useful when you're setting some buffs and you want to show when you have enough stacks or something like that. Currently you don't need it on Shaman. So you'll just, like most of things on WeakAuras you can just read. If you know English, you don't even need to code, just see settings, you like it, use it. So this is automatic, you just click template, choose a regular resource from the template, click replace all triggers, don't add, replace all, because there can be mistakes there. And back here you can set up what you want. Bar color, gradient start. It's red. It's not rage, it's beautiful blue in game. Let's put it like that. Let's move it. You just can simply click, or there should be position. Here's the position that I'm moving. It's just you know, if you want to be exactly in the middle, I don't care. I just put it somewhere. I'm happy. Whatever. 3 pixels off. You can set it to 0, and you want to be tip-top perfect. So I like it there. If I want it better, you can set it here, or you can scale everything together. You just want different sizes. Everything is here. Little arrow, or be normal person and just write it. The big one, oh, that I don't like. With more weight. Yeah. Nicely fat. And what I don't like, there's my name. I don't care. I know who I am. So let's take it out. This should be text 2. You can just check. Like this is text 1. Is the number. Text 2 is my name. I don't care about text 2. Just turn it off. You can also just completely delete it. is from template, so it's there. And here you want to show progress. You can see like default few icons. What you care is stacks. C is custom when we're importing, that's a little bit advanced, but usually you want to see progress, maybe name. So progress is P, name is N, and stacks are S. Usually what I'm using is stacks. Progress are just on the bars. And you can click here on little wheels and you have extra options. Or not extra, but they are just hidden. But here you can see a precision if you want more details or stuff like that. But I can leave it default. What I want is bigger number, definitely, pump it. And I don't like location. So let's see where is alignment. Anchor automatic, no, Anchor center. But need to be in center. Yes. So it's in center, from top and down, from left to right, it's right in the middle. And that's all what I need. Maybe if I'm fancy. Sorry, it's Buddha. I can pump it. I can perfectly see. I'm ready. I can cast earthquake. Easy as that. And this is not what I'm usually using, but for combat, please go away. I know earthquake is there, chill. You cannot open it in combat. So it's not opening, it's combat problem. It's right here. When you click inside the combat end automatically pop out. And some more simpler, these icons I'm using much more because it's basically setting my cooldowns. Let's switch to healer. I like it's a little bit better there for showing this. What I usually want on healer is you want to have water shield always on you. So on healer what you usually want is just see some cooldowns. It's just specific for healer, any class, anything. This is basically what I'm always using. It's my best thing to do with WeakAuras. Just see some cooldowns or something is ready. I think like that. For healer shaman, you always want to have water shield up. It's so annoying to check your buffs. There may be 20 icons there in rate. It's anyway always changing and zooming around. It's so annoying to check, or just check on your character because like you shouldn't play zoom out like this if you are playing PvE. Maybe in PvP, I don't care, I don't play. So you are not checking this little dancing ball. So it's nice to see how is your shield going, but I don't actually need to see what... It's always popping up. It's nice to see how is shield going, but I don't need to see shield is up, because most of the time shield is up. So what you want to do, new aura icon, you're basically starting the same thing, just move it a little, and check the triggers. We can do buffs, and let's check water shield. Bam. Bam. It repairs triggers, always repairs triggers. And if there is not here the buff or something you are looking for, just check the name up there, and here is the right under the trigger. When you click it, it's aura name. You can place ID, it's a little bit easier for game. If you don't know, you can just place water shield. Bam. Doing the same stuff. Now I can see the basic stuff. It's still 58 minutes, 3 stacks. This info, it's cool. A little bit annoying. I'm always opening Hillbot Buddha. So what do you want to tweak? Can just name it. Shield, but is missing. Because we care when it's missing. We don't care when it's up because it's most of the time. When it's missing, then we care. So let's change it. It's something with triggers. And you scroll down, own way, yes. It's default, but you don't care. You can get stack count when our stacks getting lower, but I have only 1 stack. Okay, I will refresh water shield, but I usually don't even care about 1 stack. I will just reuse it when it's empty. It's not that important. So you go scroll down and show on aura found. We have that, but we want to aura missing. Everything is alright, but I will unclick it. Bam, we have icon. But it's still quite boring. Healbot. It's still quite boring. So let's change something so we know it's missing. First thing first, I definitely want to make it red. Red is danger. That means we need to do something. And the other thing, this doesn't matter, it's for cooldowns. We don't care because it's missing. It's no cooldown. So what else I like to see? It's glow. Default one is alright. It's enough. So I can immediately see water shield is missing. Click that please. And other thing I like to show here, I like to make it smaller. Because default is 64 by 64 but it's too big for my liking. So now, shield is missing. Let's press the shield, buff is up, you're happy. When I unclick it, immediately pop out, and we note, use that water shield. Bam, it's back. And when you shall want to a little bit more extra, you can go to actions. Actions are really easy, it's not really coding, that's why it's easy. So we can make something extra here. Usually what people care about is on show, maybe on hide. But let's check on show, we can send message. But what I'm always using is play sound. I'm not using it anymore, but when I was learning some abilities or stuff like that, new characters, like years ago, I liked playing sounds for different sounds from different things, so I know what is happening. And we can play BAM! BAM! So channel is usually master. I would keep it there, but you can place it somewhere under, I don't know, sound effects. Then you have music muted, and then you can mute sound effects with master on, and you can hear other add-ons. Usually add-ons are in master, so when you are moving master bar in the voices or audio is getting lower. So now when you start missing shield, BAM! Immediately sound. You don't even need to see icon. You can play just sound. So basic icon. Let's check also. BAM! I like to see how many stacks I have Riptide. Because other spells of healing I don't care. I can just cast it. Always. But Riptide has cooldown. And I usually don't like to check cooldowns, but it's 6-second cooldown. When it's not damage spell, because damage spell obviously I'm checking all of them. I was doing like flame shock, but when you are healing you want to see clicking or Buhdo on heal bot and anything. So let's do another for Riptide. And I choose Riptide because it's to make it a little bit more fancy. It's a little bit more difficult. So for example we can of course download one, but maybe there's no negatives because it's really simple. Not a lot of people are caring. So I would say first part is Riptide. I have already Riptide, so I need to change it. So first thing what I want to do, 50. There's other way you can do this. I know how to do it, but this is a little bit more difficult. This is like dirty solution with like point of view of some programmer, but it's easier to do it that way. So let's go for team plates, cooldowns, and let's check your Riptide. And charge and buff trackings. We don't have to. Yeah, always repels all. We have some basics here. I use it, I see cooldown, I see one stack. Use it again, I see cooldown, no stacks. But it's not that easy to spot what actually you are looking there for, so I like it, tweak it a bit, make it more fancy. And usually I will add some more layers. So from display here, I like to show, hide. I want to see swipe, that's cooldown. So definitely enable, I want to see swipe, but I don't want time of swipe. Why? Because I want to see stacks. It's so small number, barely visible. So you go in here. This is my text of stacks. I don't need glow. I'm checking that. It's not something I want to immediately notice like missing shield, so it's not important for glowing there. And here is text. S means for stacks. I like it pump number to be quite big, and it's not censored, so let's see how it's aligned. Anchor center. And now it's right in the middle. Beautiful 2 stacks. 1 stack with cooldown. We don't really care when it's 2 seconds. You just know it's coming soon. But what I do like when you have 0 stacks is not doing something. There's default for that, but it's not really that easy to see. So what I like to do is in triggers to go check spell count, or sorry, charges. If charges are more than 0, or more and same, whatever, it's up to you, more than same 1. Now when there are 0, disappear. Well, open it again. I duplicate it. Riptide, no stacks. And I can tweak a little bit display. We don't need text because it's 0. You can hide it, doesn't matter, it's not showing. And what I like to do, make it red. Much more visible. Default is light blue, then you have cooldown tracking. So now it's nicely red and it's a little bit easier to see. It's not showing, I put something bad. So yeah, because it's charging, it's showing the same time. I forgot to set. Charges are 0 or less than 1. Anything. Nicely. It's now red. It's charging. And maybe if you want a little bit more training, or oh, I should stop healing by my mana spending abilities. Well, Riptide is also mana spending, but it's very effective. That's why it's on cooldown. Because if no cooldown, you probably just heal with Riptide. So for that, you can even set more duplicates. Just name it 2 stacks. So this in the middle will be fancy, and we'll say, I think it's alright. Its charges is 1. And the 2 stacks charges will be equal to 2. Bam. And let's simplify fancy. We don't need text because we know it's full. You can add gloat. Also, you can add models, text, borders. You can play with it. It's so much easier to just look around and find stuff. You will find a lot of funny stuff. It's quite easy in this add-on, just click around. Maybe you will find something you like. Just choose it. And now it's WeakAuras. And another thing, so it's not annoying. Even to code here, it's nice to put the group. You put it here, or maybe some group for shaman and make subgroup there, but let's just put it here. Now it's settings for everything, and now we can change settings for whole group. So when you change your loading, you don't need to change for one and then miss something else. And so it's not annoying and showing them a shiny. Always, it's very easy showing combat. Now it's not showing. We will attack. Bam, we can see it. Bam, just 1 stack. Bam, we are sad. We don't have 0 stacks. Yeah, so we can just do it with every single cooldown we have, just to track some little stuff you want to see more. Most things I am doing is just simply making icon. I don't know what I am picking, so random name. Icon, trigger, buffs, and I want to see how much I can move and cast. Show only if buffed. Replace triggers. You can see it. Put it on the side. Well, I will click cooldown. I can move and cast. I don't need to check. Ooh, it's coming down. It's 9 seconds. No, it's default there. Sorry, I overlapped it from previous thing, but immediately you see cooldown. It disappeared. It's gone. You know more because you know you need to stand now. Simple as that. So I hope you will use this information. Thank you for watching and goodbye.